and welcome back to part 32 of Neptunia VIIR, where today we're going to try and hope that our console wasn't stolen, which it was. Was it Nep? Is the console there? Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. What will we do if it's already gone? Good grief, if you had told us you were holding on to it, we may have been able to prevent this. I'm sorry. Well, it's water under the bridge now. They couldn't have gotten too far. Let's start searching. Alright, now we got two little cutscenes of trying to find who the perpetrator is. How are you supposed to look for the culprit, Iffy? We don't even know where it could be. Yeah, maybe we jumped the gun a little bit coming out here so fast. There are so many suspicious people about it, could be anyone. Oh wait, if it isn't you three, how unexpected to meet you in a place like this. Oh, you're the manager of that used game shop from before. Yes, and I can't thank you enough for your help. All of my stolen goods came back. If they hadn't, I may have had to close my shop. That's great news. This is all I have, but please take my store discount coupons as thanks. Ooh, their coupons are getting 30% off and making a purchase over 6,000 credits too. You have a strong business sense, so you're very calculating. You'd maybe give those to Pisha instead of us. It's thanks to her that we were able to catch the rat thief. Oh, is that so? But really, these are gifts for all of you, so please take them. I'll prepare something else to give to Pisha. Woo! I'll gladly take these then. Hey, Chuko, this is off topic, but do you happen to see anyone suspicious walking around with an unusual console? An unusual console is possibly white with an orange swirly mark on it. How did you know? You're amazing, Chuko. Don't underestimate the power of a used game shop manager. I have a comprehensive knowledge of all generations of console. Could you tell us where the person looked like and which way they were heading? We're looking for them right now. I'll gladly do so, but what's the game console I've never heard of? Its design seemed a little antiquated and it's pretty worn out. I just happened to find that thing, so I don't know the details myself. Hey, could you show it to me after you get it back? I used to go by a second name of Hardware Appraiser Shoe. I've got a feeling you were supposed to watch that cutscene first, then this one with Bisha, because this one is Bisha not knowing what the fuck to do to try and find this console. Thank you, Mr. Mask. I'm so glad I got my transformation belt back. Indeed, your mother was nice enough to buy it for you, so don't let it get stolen again. Okay. Phew, that was the third incident today. I feel like instead of slowing down, crime's increasing every day. It wasn't like this until that day. How did it end up like this? Hey there, Bisha. Looks like you're doing well today. Hey, Neb, don't call me by that name in this outfit right now. I'm Presto Mask. Oops, sorry, slip of the tongue. So how did it go? Is Haneda City okay? Of course, it sounds like all the citizens were safe, so I'm sure our support is going to skyrocket. Wait, this isn't the time to think about that. A game console was stolen from my room. A console? What is it? A secret organization? I think so. Did you see anyone around here carrying something that looks like a console? No, I haven't. I see. But leave it to me. I'll help you look for it too. Let's split up and search. Yeah, I think you're supposed to watch that one first. According to Chuko, some ninja-looking robot was heading this way. Ninja. Could it be that guy, Iffy? You know, the guy who came to save R4 after you messed up big time? I said to stop saying it like that. I didn't mess up on purpose, you know. Sorry. But if he is the culprit, then it'd be pretty convenient to find him. Let's hurry. And just like that, we've got a whole nother dungeon we have to go through just to get to Steamax. Oh, we got a little. You can see there's a red exclamation mark before the dungeon. We have another scene to witness before we actually get to start the dungeon. But we will be covering that said dungeon this part. Don't worry. Campers really shunned me this time around too. I've lost both love and in my work. I don't have much of a purpose anymore. My dreams are crushed. Then let me show you a good dream. Dude, who are you? I just happened to be passing by. Someone suspicious and no one around here. Nep really is amazing. She's become popular so quickly, even when everyone's forgotten her. She said I shouldn't force myself to fix my problem, but I can't keep living like this. There's a flock of seagulls howling outside. I hope you can't hear that too loud. Hey, a monster! Ooh, there's a monster want to know my name. No, you're not going to try and eat me, are you? Goodness, getting scared of someone as adorable as I am, how rude. I came to give thanks to you, but it looks like you're currently not in a position to accept it. Thanks? I heard from Neptune that you caught the thief who stole from me a while ago, so I've been searching for you. Oh, that's right, you're the manager of the store. Which means you know my identity is Presto Mask. Oh, I've known Nep forever. Not bad for a monster, even if you're a mouse type. I can't underestimate you. Do you actually think nobody figured it out? But it's quite a sad story to see a hero having a fear of monsters. Ugh. I know. Why don't I fix your fear of monsters, as thanks for catching that thief? Fix? How? Have you not realised yet? You've been talking to me normally. Oh, you're right. How is that possible? It's probably because I'm cute and adorable. I'll introduce you to my friends and you can slowly get used to monsters. They're not quite on my level, but they're all very adorable. Really? That's perfect. I was just thinking that I really need to fix this fear. Someone help me too! You're that thief that broke into my shop. There's more mice. This one has a pretty villainous looking face. Well, you're getting scared of a mouse you already caught once. I was wearing my Presto mask then, and I was super excited. I kind of got carried away. That doesn't matter right now, dude. Tell me right away. Hey now, you don't have to run away so suddenly. Do you dislike me that much? I've been in the game long enough to know that you're bad news, too. How upsetting. And here I only wanted to show you a good dream. Guess not. I guess you wouldn't like any dreams I would have to show you. But even if you feel that way, what are these cute little mouse over there? And the perfect girl just happens to be here. I wonder what's happening back there.
I choose you.
But the mysterious villain voice that's been floating around like since the end of Act 1 about the whole of Act 2, I'm kind of happy with the voice I've got. Like when there's actually a voice line of that character, I hope that like that's the voice that I got the accent down of at least. So I'm not going to be able to replicate their voices because I'm not a professional actor or impersonator in any sort of form of fashion. But I can at least get that accent and kind of tone down. I'm happy, and I feel comfortable in saying that I think I've got the mysterious villain's accent down quite nicely, or her tone of voice at least. Because there are some characters here that I really struggle to keep their voice up. Like Compa I kind of struggle with because like she's almost got her tongue pressed against the top of her mouth when she speaks. Which is why like there's almost like a slight slur to some of the things she says, and it's I don't know, trying to replicate that's not easy. Or IF, or like, well, I just try and do a bit of a macho-y accent with a bit of a feminine touch, which is, I know, slightly contradictive in how you expect both terms to be, but I'm trying here. But by the end of this week, we should have actually finished Act 2. We haven't actually got that much left of Net's story, and the final chapter, or final piece, per se, of Act 2 is 3 parts long. The first part's all cutscenes, and the second and third part is entirely the last dungeon of Act 2. Because it is actually a pretty big dungeon. It's a new dungeon, so you don't have the same dungeon with a new design again. It is a brand new dungeon. And there's 2 boss fights, one halfway through and one at the end, that are both pretty damn long. Like I think like the first one's 8 minutes, and the second is 2 12-minute fights back to back. Because you do have 2 phases of the final boss of Act 2, which is pretty cool. You don't usually get multiple phase fights like that in Neptunia, so I appreciate it. But I'll get to that more when we get to it properly. Because I know like with the original, you fought the final boss 3 times if you were going for the true ending, and 2 times if you wasn't. Like it would just transition from fight 1 to fight 2, but if you had the true ending, then you'd get a extra power and it would go into a 3rd fight, so you had to fight the final boss 3 times in a row kind of thing. Death and Request did the same thing, but it was nowhere near as good in my mind. It wasn't as satisfying. The final boss of Death and Request was a Goliath disappointment. Which is a shame, because I do enjoy Death and Request. It's not the best Compile Heart game I've ever played, and it isn't by quite a long stretch. But I was excited when the sequel was announced and when we got that teaser trailer, because it is a very interesting game. I do want to let's play Death and Request at some point. Honestly, I don't think it's anywhere near as good as like some of the Neptunia games. I really don't think it's anywhere near as good as Dragonstar Varnir. It's the reason why I reviewed Dragonstar and not Death End. And there's also a few things like the ending of Death and Request. I won't spoil it because the game only came out this February in the West, so if you haven't played it yet, I don't really want to spoil it for you, but I'll just say it is a bit too convoluted for its own good. And that's why I was kind of, I was a bit surprised, like pleasantly surprised when they announced the sequel, because without going into detail, I couldn't really see how they were going to continue it. And the fact that some of the cast is returning in the second game kind of strengthens my point of how are they going to continue this? What's the plan here? I kind of got it eventually, and if I do a Let's Play, I'll try my best to explain the ending when we get to it. But I won't be Let's Playing Death and Request after I finish Net V2R. There are some non-JRPG games I want to cover first before I tackle another one, and when I tackle the next one, I'm more likely to lean on to doing Dragonstar Varnir, because I genuinely love that game. Dragonstar Varnir is an amazing game. And it's got a healthy post-game as well, so we'll actually have, you know, stuff to do. I just still need to go back and finish that super boss on my actual main file, because I've yet to do it. And until I've done it, like, I'm not gonna be able to try and do it in a Let's Play if I haven't even beat it once yet, kind of thing. Like with this, I've beaten the main super boss of this, and I plan on fighting it when I get the chance to. It's why anytime you see me mess with scouts, I've always had the scout for hidden treasure in the first gen CPU sanctuary, because the sooner I can get that done, the sooner I can access the stronger enemy variant of it. And then once you beat the game, if you beat the stronger area variant or enemy variant like enough times, I think it's 3 times, because you can, the way it works is once you beat the game, your technology rank only goes up if you beat an area of a higher rank than your technology, but you can only go up to 3 levels at a time. So say you start at 50, you can only go up to 53, and then once you beat 53, then you can go up to 56, then 59, etc, etc. And it actually keeps an online leaderboard of how high the highest people have got on it, and some of them are surprisingly low, because some of these dungeons are fucking ferocious when you start upping the ranks on them. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I think like first gen CPU sanctuary, it's like 140 something. Like, it's not anywhere near as high as I thought it would be, but when you get to that sort of level, it is absolutely ludicrous. It just wrecks your shit. But I like how they give you a challenge all the time. They always put a challenge in front of you where you are actually allowed to challenge the whoever's first on the world leaderboard, and if you can somehow win, you'll skip straight to that rank. But I've never once won, because it's way too tough. It's a reason why it's the world best and it's the top of the leaderboard. If I beat it, I would be very fucking proud of myself, but it's not gonna happen. But you need to get the area rank above, I believe it's 60, so you have to do it at least 4 times. Either that or it's 55, but one of the two, you have to get above a certain rank, and then you can access something called the high risk bounty of that area. And all of them are just harder fights than what you'd normally expect, but give insane credit payouts. Like, I'm talking hundreds of thousands for doing it. But one of them is the super boss of the game, and the high risk bounty of the first gen CPU, the first hyperdimension dungeon you unlock when you start the game, is that super boss, which is why I've been trying to get it done as soon as possible, so then I'm on top of it, so then when I go into the post game, there's very little I need to do before we're there. In terms of post game, there's 3 optional dungeons I plan on covering. 2 of them are the Neplunka mini game, which we've yet to cover, unfortunately, which is a shame, because I don't think you can actually get access to it until either right near the end of Act 3 or into post game, which is a shame, because they are fun little distractive mini games that would have been nice to space throughout the journey, instead of it just being JRPG stuff. Like, it is the reason why so many people like gravitate to things like the Final Fantasy PS1 trilogy, because there's so many little mini games or things to do other than just a JRPG-ness that you're never bored, you never burn out of just grinding kind of thing. Or like in a Persona game, like Persona 2 onwards more, because Persona 1 kind of didn't have any mini games, where they have all these little events and optional stuff you can do in your spare time and you're not dungeon crawling, to, you know, make the most of the adventure, so you're not just grinding and going to Mementos or going up Tartarus, or grinding to try and find a secret shadow in a previous dungeon, or any of that rubbish, or trying to stop a bomb going off in Persona 2's case. Like, it's stuff to spice it up, whilst the NEP series as a whole never really had that. And it's a shame, because the only real mini-game-esque thing, I said the Neplunka, when we get to it later on, it's right at the very tail end of the adventure, if not post-game, which I feel like is a bit of wasted potential. I feel like they should have had it spacing and breaking the journey up. But at the same time, I kind of understand why it's so late, because I'll get into it properly when we get to it, but it's not as well programmed as it probably should be. I wish I was kidding when I say that. Also, the hunting sword we made is still better than the weapons we're finding in here, so crafting is the way to go. Like, I feel like any game can tell you that. Most games where it has a find items or craft items. Also, that cut was there because we was just backtracking. As we get a surprisingly long load screen there. Yeah. Huh. Oh yeah, right, I forgot. This is the stadium area, so everywhere's got stupid long load screens. But either way, I'm going to have to try and continue my point in a minute, because we've got a cutscene coming up.
Iffy, over there! There's a weirdo over there!
That's good work, Nep. We finally caught up.
Hey, you! The ninja! Hold it right there!
They've caught up with me.
You were the ninja from before, after all!
You're the culprit behind Nep's console theft, aren't you? Give it up, now!
How amazing! It's a real-life ninja! It's my first time seeing one up close.
I didn't expect to be found so quickly. And they are, in fact, young girls.
I'll only say this once. If you hand the console over without any trouble, we'll try and make sure you won't get treated badly. As expected of a ninja, you won't talk, let alone make eye contact with us.
Oh, no, it's not.
He seems to be saying something in a very quiet voice, Iffy. You're right. He's mumbling, but I'm not sure he's actually saying anything.
This is a command from the general. So, even if it ends my life. So I cannot hand it over.
Ugh! Why won't you speak up? Even if you are the enemy, it pisses me off when you stutter and look away like that.
But I'm not really used to speaking with girls.
What are you, a middle school dweeb?
Whoa, Iffy's legitimately flipping out. Well, she has always been an assertive person who doesn't appreciate when people are vague. Well, yeah, but also this guy's personality type is one we've never had to deal with before. Uh-huh. It's always been guys who are battle crazy, or who like little girls. Or unnecessarily hot-blooded guys, or creepy robot hackers, or old men who have strangely realistic 3D models.
Nep just described most of the 7 sages from the third game, like the villain group you fought in that game. Like, what the fuck? That was surprisingly on point, Neptune. Anyway, we've got our first of 2 fights against Steamax, and I'm just gonna say, in the remake of V2, like V2R, what we're playing with this Let's Play, they give this ninja the best fucking theme of this game, in my opinion. I love this track, just called Ninja.
First aid kit. I thought I was a goner. I'll nip you all up.
Unfortunately, we're not going to get to hear the full theme in this fight because I used Neptune Break during this fight and not thinking that it would do as much damage as it's going to do. Like, I looked at how much Delta Slash did, and yeah, I broke his shuriken and his armor plating, which does lower his defense and lower his attack capabilities. So I do want to make it very clear right now, you want to break the shuriken because it can inflict status conditions. But let's just say I wasn't expecting Neptune Break to still hit him anywhere near as hard as it's about to. So you can see I'm going to defend up because I'm planning on Neptune breaking him, thinking that I'll be fine, thinking that yeah, he'll take it, it'll just do a healthy amount of damage and we'll be good to go. Like, I'm not even in my CPU form. Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Ow. as Neptune literally just got a boot to her head. This first fight with Steamax is the warm-up to the main event for later on. When we get into the final piece of it, we'll be fighting Steamax again. This fight, like, it tutorializes you on everything he's going to do, so it's not too bad, but he can absolutely cause trouble if you give him the chance to. Now keep in mind, we're not in our CPU form. The only buff we've got is from the stat multiplier.
Alright, here comes one more.
So I was thinking, yeah, that's okay. There's no way it's gonna go. Oh, it just went through 4 whole life bars. And then hit with an extra 2,000 damage. Like, it probably would have killed him in one if I just did it right off the bat. That's. Like, I was like, huh. Yeah, so that's the Neptune break is broken. I think we've done a very good job of establishing that over the past few parts. As we've got another cutscene coming up because Kel is about to break loose.
Looks like we are victorious. Return the console to us as promised.
Nep, that's the one, right?
Yes, there's no mistaking it.
How careless of me to lose what I had just obtained.
You're being detained at the Basilicom as a primary suspect for the crimes committed by Steamax.
If it's come to this, then
Is he hiding a trump card?
feast your eyes upon this!
You just scattered a bunch of books everywhere.
Do not underestimate these as ordinary books! Ah!
He just sliced up all those books? What in the world is he thinking?
Look closely.
Closely? Ugh! What are those books?
These are naughty books. There are tons of pages of books you can't buy until you're an adult.
What? Why the hell are you even carrying these around, you perv?
This is the 5-degree Jutsu. Fall prey to your own lust.
5-degree Jutsu? All you did was throw around a bunch of dirty magazines.
If he's right, I've seen through your lewd techniques.
Damn it,
I'll hold
Neptune.
my mind to keep only the ninja within my sights. That way I can easily erase those perverted pages from my vision.
Are you actually concentrating hard enough to not see the pages?
I'm not looking. I would never want to look at such perverted material.
Aw, come on, Nep. I totally saw that.
Then the solution is to just close my eyes. It's too dark and I can't see around me. Nep Nep, Effie, where are you guys?
Not you too, Compa. Come on, people. Stop messing around and take this seriously.
Iffy?
My jutsu is invincible! Now then, I will once again take my leave with that console. What?
Now that I remember, you said something about being shy around girls, right? What would happen if a girl was to touch you?
Hey, what's the reality?
How cute. Even though you're a robot, you're getting so red. You must really not be used to this kind of attention. Then, if I move my body up real close to you like this, what would happen? No, cutie. You're not getting away. I have so many things I want to ask you. Isn't there anything you want to ask me? Oh dear, he fainted.
Nep, you went too far.
I'm sorry, Iffy. It slowly got more amusing to see the different ways he'd react. I couldn't help it, really.
There we go.
Well, those suspicious papers have flown off with the wind somewhere. So let's take them back with us and...
What the heck is that?
If I'm not mistaken, that appears to be coming from Planetune.
What the? That was a fast recovery.
And what is this? I have a very bad feeling about this.
A bad feeling? Wait, you can hold a normal conversation?
This is unimportant. It would be best if you all return to Planitude as quickly as possible.
Oh no, no funny business. You're not gonna use this as an opportunity to escape. I'm not gonna fall for it.
This is not the time to argue about that. When innocent citizens' lives are at stake, we should be working together, not fighting. As a ninja, I, Steamax, will lend my assistance.
His speech and personality make him sound like a completely different person. What happened?
I know, Iffy. It's Sage time. You know, Sage time.
Sage time?
I bet my sexy enchantment attack shorted out his thought patterns, so his worldly desires disappeared in enlightenment.
Yeah, right. No way.
There is no time for idle talk. Hurry!
You're right. We'll have you help for now.
Then please grab onto me, all of you. I will take us to Planitude with my ninjutsu.
Upsy daisy!
Like this? Kampa, you're the last one. Get a move on, sister.
Iffy, where are you? It's too dark. I can't see.
Are you still closing your eyes?
After Steamax's emotional adventure he just got to go on there, next time on Neptunia VIIR, as we race back to Planitude, we're going to find out what the heck's actually going on and try and stop the impending chaos as we wrap up Neptune's side of the story. But until then, you guys take care now, as we finally got the hint on the treasure for first gen CPU. Yeah!